Hi, so I had to take a little break and I thought I would just start over and that maybe the cards that came out before were saying to separate work and love and things like that. So I thought I would just kind of start over and pull a couple cards for work, a couple cards for love, and maybe keep the other thing up from earlier if it was important to anyone. But I'm glad I went inside because I got myself a piece of pizza and found a plate of chocolate-covered strawberries. So I'm really excited about that. So thought that we would just start again with general energies, anything having to do more with career and the end of the work week for Thursday and Friday. This is Sagittarius and Saturn at the Ten of Swords. Came out like that, so it could mean the swords are falling out of your back, or maybe you feel stabbed in the back, or just overwhelmed with some sort of burden, some sort of, like, a lot of things, a lot of decisions, a lot of things on your mind that you have to get done and taken care of. The Prince of Discs is on the bottom. So this to me represents a Virgo, but it could be any of the earth signs, Capricorn or Taurus. So you might want to see where you have, your sun, moon, rising, maybe your 10th house as well. That could be what this is talking about, your 10th house, your midheaven, your career personality, your career persona, how you come off in that sense, or just really what you're good at and what you're kind of supposed to, focus your energy in a career setting, what you're meant to do with your talents, your skills, all that kind of thing. And if you know what that is, that's great. But you can also talk more about, I think the 10th house being originally ruled by Capricorn. So let's see what about the 10th house. I mean, this could be you or someone you know, or a co-worker, or a friend, or, maybe a friend is going through something with their job or career. But most likely it's you and your 10th house. That was the Ace of Wands. It came out upright for me, so it could be reversed for you, or meaning, I don't really do reverse cards so much because I always feel like there's two sides of everything, and if something's one way, it can also mean something else. So you just kind of have to see how it applies in your life. But this can mean like a brand new idea, a brand new start, a brand new job, a brand new career, brand new thing to get you off and running. Or if it's like this, it could just mean more of like a delay or something, something not coming through right away. But again, I think of like electricity, some sort of like a power plant or something. Ace of Wands, though, so some sort of fiery energy. I guess probably maybe the first fire sign, which would be Aries. So maybe you're like me and have your midheaven, 10th house in Aries. Just about being like the first of something, being the first person to, being very singular in what you end up doing or choosing to do. That is it kind of different, people don't really, I don't know, maybe I'll put a link below for that. Those midheaven placements and what they mean depending on what your midheaven is. It's being, and even if you aren't, even if you aren't a fire sign or something like that in your 10th house, it can just mean a lot of that sort of charisma or energy or just vibe going around the workplace, maybe a lot of new ideas, a lot of things going on, and just a lot of things kind of overwhelming you maybe, but I think it's more so just about being very fiery in your approach, maybe to things in the end of the week at work, being very finishing things up, getting things done, completed. This is the Nine of Swords, so this might also have something to do with your ninth house. This is being kind of up all night with your thoughts, not knowing what to do, what to choose, having to make a decision or a bunch of decisions, or just kind of like speaking on multiple levels with multiple like ideas, things that you have to cover, having to cover multiple levels of something, layers of something, departments, maybe, something like that. But it's Mars and Gemini, so again, seeing both sides of a situation or people, or maybe feeling like you're having to choose between two people and feeling not sure, up all night, maybe for a promotion or something like that. Maybe just trying to get a good night's sleep somehow so that you can just go with your gut, go with what feels like it's going to move things forward, or ignite some sort of spark or something at work, like, get people motivated and just taking the initiative. Wondering how to do that, what that is. This is the Knight of Wands and the Sun. So, like maybe trying to be up all night thinking about what you could do to maybe propose at work to set you apart, or to think outside the box, I think of as well. To get things, like I said, moving and maybe go faster, but just sort of wanting to shine at work by maybe making a suggestion or making things like, get off the ground, like I keep saying. This is a fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. But again, with the Knights, I think of mutable signs. So this would be Sagittarius, and maybe Sagittarius in Sun, which is Leo, or Cancer. See a crab. See a lot of different things going on. This is like about being yourself at work as well, I think, and being childlike in your approach so that you can think outside the box and be more imaginative, maybe. And it's about you. It's about how you feel and how you feel like you're maybe performing at work. But it's 19, reduces down to a 1, so again, 1, Sun. So looking at your Sun sign, maybe looking at where you have, if your Sun falls in Sagittarius, or, anything like that. But how can you express yourself better, I think, also? How can you express yourself better in regards to, like, where you're going, maybe with work, and how to get, maybe some initiatives off the ground at work with people within the company. Maybe taking charge, taking lead that way, coming up with a new proposal or new plan of action. But is there anything else for work? This is 10 of Cups, so I think that's some sort of completion, happy completion of something, and feeling like, it's coming full circle. The whole puzzle has kind of come together. Just turning on the lights of something like a big auditorium, I think of something, going to see something, like celebrating something coming to completion, maybe. I also think of like a runway show, or like some sort of like performance concert hall or ballet theater or something like that. So maybe going out after work, after you've completed this, and celebrating, enjoying the weekend. It's like happiness, completion, family time, how you see your work family, maybe wanting the best for that, for them. And let's see. I think that is best on the bottom. So reining things in, being in control, and feeling happy with that completion of that. Also, just sort of kind of taking care of, like, this has 7 heads here, so just taking care of business, I think of, like, maybe you have, like, 7 people that you're in charge of, and you have to, like, delegate things out and keep things moving, and just trying to see maybe everyone else's strengths, each individual strength, and how they can all work together. Even if you are part of that, how you can work with others and recognizing other people's strengths, also your own strength, and how everything kind of just meshes and builds on itself, maybe also, and how all those individual abilities and skills can kind of be brought together and made to tamed, or, so again, this is Leo, so a lot of Leo, a lot of creative energy, a lot of, sort of dramatics, like theater, 5th house, Sagittarius and Aries, and Leo, the Sun, the Ace of Wands. So it's all about being that fire starter, the one that gets people up and moving and going in the right direction, and maybe, igniting that sort of flame, that spark. It's kind of like being your own muse, maybe, or like, just sort of inspiring others, inspiring yourself, with how you do things, with how things work out, or how different, like, creative mediums and creative ideas and thoughts all sort of work together to create this vehicle for you to ride, in a way that gets you to where you're going, reining things in, having grace and strength, using your mind, using, a lot of what I say also, it's not to say that you don't know these things, but I feel like sometimes, especially in the midst of situation, it's just good, like, to have little reminders of general, advice that I think a lot of people have heard before, but, it's always good, just trying to apply it in your own circumstances and seeing how that might play out for you. Leo being about playing, so kind of maybe playing with your options as well, and, like, substituting, like, trying to imagine if you're having to pick between people at work or something like that, trying to imagine their, them in the different positions, and how that might, like, fuel progress. And so it's 11 again is a gateway, so it's about, making that kind of final or time. It could also mean, like, cutting your losses. I've never really actually associated that phrase with this card, so I don't know. 11, gateway, 11 being the master number along with 22, and so if you have any of those in your chart, something maybe to look for, to see where you kind of maybe let things out, or, I don't know, I heard this good example somewhere, like a bagel maker, and you put something on, like, the rotating tray, and eventually, like, where it drops, and the bagel comes out, like, that being kind of like a gateway, like, in your birth chart, if you have 11 or 22, or just somewhere, like, something like that, that it's kind of, it's where you tend to let out information also, so maybe being a little bit more, the High Priestess did come up before, so being a little bit more tight-lipped, which I think can be difficult, considering, like, in order to connect with others, connect with, especially, like, collaborations, that kind of thing, you kind of have to, like, put out there what you are working on, what you're doing, trying not to, like, give too many, like, especially something that's complex, it's, like, hard to get people to see or appreciate, or, just sort of see the value of the time and what you put into something if you don't explain the, so I always suggest to people, like, read between the lines, and, on one hand, like, know that I put a lot of thing, into things, but and yeah, I'm just saying in my own experience. So, but at the same time, like wanting people to not take things always so seriously. So it's about, I think, also that balance, and maybe, you know, um, trying to establish that between creativity and between like that, I don't know, maybe your other interests, the different interests that you have, so that you can cultivate this sort of happiness, joy, so planting good seeds as well, or be just lusting after someone at work, since we are talking about work, and or seeing someone, this could be like, seeing someone in a different light, maybe through their like work persona, and being attracted to that. It could also be like, just the different sides of ourselves, and how sometimes we don't even like get to know someone completely, until we see how they are in real life, or so just being maybe open as well to the different dynamics, the different sides of someone, the different facets of a person's personality, and just admiring that maybe as well, like the Knight of Wands, and just seeing someone's creative side, I think, as well. Like maybe very simple, and like wanting to bring them like on board, or yeah. So since this is, I'll just pull an oracle card then for sum up the career part of this. So this is the Page of Swords. When the student is ready, the master will appear. Buddhist proverb. Paul, writing by Camille Pissarro, 1894. So just, kind of like an apprentice of something, or, it's also, it could also be like the first air sign, so Gemini. I think Gemini came up before, so just, again, seeing two sides of someone's maybe potential, or how they work, watching someone work. This is some sort of Page of Swords, it's someone who, like, kind of rushes in to tell people something, is very kind of like that Aries in a sense, like very says what's on their mind, like maybe wants to share what they know. It's very thoughtful, very like thinks a lot, very careful, very, maybe not totally careful, because they're like younger energy usually, whether it's just energy or it's a younger person to you, but someone who just like knows all the secrets and knows things that maybe the adults don't want them to know. So and just maybe being very it's all about kind of the truth, wanting to tell people the truth as well, and being very like maybe overhearing something as well, or really looking at the details of something. Like being very detail oriented, reading between the lines. It can be about thoughts as well, and getting a new thought in motion, or getting a message. It could be receiving a message, an email, thoughts, air, communication. So, and pages tend to be messengers. So, getting a message from maybe an air sign, or if you are an air sign, sending one out, and talking about something having to do with work. Maybe it could be spreading gossip. It could be people spreading gossip at work. People that don't have anything to talk about other people. So there you go. And this is the moon on the bottom. this moon deception, lies, or illumination, seeing things clearly. Could be like romance, but since we're still talking about work, yeah, again, it could be like lies about a romance at work. Maybe just trying not to spread gossip. Just trying to be clear, trying to be honest, not trusting wolves in sheep's clothing kind of thing. Start at the very beginning of a long journey, though, I think of as well, like just the starting point, starting over, going back to the start, taking a rest maybe before you start on something so that it can be better than you even hoped or dreamed it could be. Moon, kind of thinking about your dreams, and also, a lot of Cancer, water energy, I think, came up. Talked with Moon somewhere. Maybe it was in the earlier part of the reading with the High Priestess, but we're in the 4th house, the Moon. So, yeah, kind of like not taking your work home with you, or if you like work from home, doing little things to make that distinction between, work and, like, for me, I work from home. So, in order to like really feel like I've come back to the office, or I'm like in work mode, I have to like go out and get a cup of coffee and like, just kind of finish up any like thoughts in my mind about whatever it is I'm thinking on, that has to do with myself, and kind of like my own little commute, even though I don't go anywhere. And I come back home, so then it has that like sort of distinction. Now I'm in work mode, and kind of the same also like after the end of the day, just kind of going somewhere. So that I can do my own stuff later at night. And so again, probably going to get more coffee, kind of live at the coffee shop. Yeah, so making that kind of distinction between work and all that. Or it could just be reading the fine print, making sure you do that. If you're signing any sort of contracts, and making sure you don't make any sort of deals with anyone who could be like a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of person. Not to say that everyone with like Cancer, I have Cancer. Like it's just that like Moon can be very like deceptive and show shadows, instead of what's really there. So making sure that there's nothing that's unclear. It's confusing, about something that you're about to undertake or go in on, or go down that road. Making sure that you have everything you need as well, as far as tools to illuminate your path, and parable that out to whatever it is that you need to like help you get to where you're going, to the end of a project or something, an end of a conclusion, a day, even just getting through the day at work, making sure that you have things, packed the night before, or like you want to, little tidbits of friendly reminders. So anyways, yeah, I'll put links for what Midheaven is below, and you can check those out if you're interested, and any other the visual metaphors that I put that I feel like are further like sometimes dramatic extrapolations on the cards and little things that I've mentioned in the videos, sometimes just very much having to do with like the song lyrics or just the title, but it's again looking at all the details in those videos for depending on what it is you're looking for, whether it's signs or clues into more clarity on your what you're looking for, or like spiritual messages, that kind of thing, just looking for little things that stand out to you personally, affect you on like a personal or sometimes it's inspiration and clothing and stuff like that in videos, or sometimes it's the lyrics and you're just wanting some further like on further, I don't know, like advice with your like just emotional sort of things. So it's getting a little bit late, and I mentioned in the earlier video, I don't know if they'll be together here, but like got caught in the rain. That's why my hair looks a little bit crazy, and I think I'm losing my voice. So I wanted to like do one of these like before it got too late. I hope that you stick with me, and yeah, let's move on to but just looking at details in those videos too, because oftentimes I'm very surprised how so much works out with the messages that we talk about here in the cards and the different descriptions of things, and even down to numbers. I mean, it's weird. Dates, look for dates, that kind of thing. The date that things were published, and that, I mean, it's not to go crazy over the details, but if you find that kind of thing interesting and looking over things and just kind of analyzing, creative analyzing, if that's something that you're interested in, then these videos below would be great for you, because they kind of work out in these like really weird ways. I don't even know. So, for love or romance advice for the next day or two, it's just like completely flipped over. It's the Knight of Water on the bottom, so like a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And what flipped out was these cards. Someone wants to fall. This is the Seven of Fire and the Death card. So that's Scorpio. This is Mars and Leo. So being very kind of aggressive with your creativity, like being aggressive with your approach towards with how you maybe inspire someone at home, or going out dancing. I don't know, she's flirting with death over here, and he's being resuscitated by four lady nurses here. So some sort of, this also reminds me of like, wartime, like, being brought back to life. I think of Mars and Leo. Maybe you have Mars and Leo, or Scorpio, Venus and Scorpio. I have Venus and Scorpio, which maybe I'll put links for Venus signs as well, which talks more about like your love language and like just how you come across and how, just like really, how you express love, I think, or how you express emotion. It's on a more romantic nature, less the moon, but yeah. So 13, which is 4, and home, what's like people are close to you, so maybe, close personal relationships, or relationships, being nursed back to life, or maybe someone in your life has helped you feel good again or something. I don't know. She's like, it's kind of a scary card. I don't know what that makes me think of. There's like, it almost looks like an octopus here, like tentacle, but it's like lace, and she's like some sort of creature with like a tail, but like some sort of like octopus tentacle that's like made out of lace. Again, more like shadows in the night, things of the night. Yeah, her dress is like kind of, anyways, this is romance, so, red shoes, go dancing, put on your red shoes and go dancing, I think the David Bowie song, let's dance, just sort of, maybe resuscitating the passion in a relationship, or, I don't know, just sort of, bringing a relationship back to life, healing a relationship, maybe getting over some sort of past hurt, some sort of past metaphoric death of a relationship, maybe starting again or being brought back to life by a very interesting situation. So maybe dreaming about something like that. Or 13, 4, 7, so fourth house maybe of home, and seventh house of partnership. That makes sense. Are you bringing in, so maybe looking to see what that is in your birth chart. Or 7 is important. 7 being some sort of like be spiritually brought together. Take it out of context. See how it applies to you. It feels like they're on some sort of veranda in like some sort of black and white movie, and they've just kind of like come to life and dancing away their woes and helping each other come back to life, and feel good again. Maybe just some extra TLC, at home, extra care within your relationship, extra attention. I just thought of a lyric from a song. I'll blank on the song, but I can remember the lyrics of doing overtime on your body. So, yeah. It's work from home. There you go. See how things work out like that. So, let's see if there's any further. These fell out. I feel like the right messages pop through anyways. So, like people that take, maybe it's a good thing. Like, smudging between all the different cards and stuff like that. And sometimes I do, but I really just always felt very protected. So I think that a lot of energies work together anyways. So kind of is going to affect you somehow, other readings and other energies. And I just feel like the right messages come through the way that they want to come through. And me shuffling or not shuffling is not like going to inhibit or, if there are like divine messages coming through, or spiritual messages coming through, like my shuffling is not going to get in the way of that. So, I don't really worry too much about if I left a card out or something. This is the 8 of air, so getting out of your head. Jupiter and Gemini. I just think of the birds, like Hitchcock's movie, The Birds. 8 again is about like maybe the 8th house or coming back to life in a regeneration. Scorpio, Venus and Scorpio, with the Death card. So it's like maybe. Being a little bit terrified of like things as well. Oh, she's being chased. I didn't see by this guy with a lot of. He looks like it's just he's having fun, and she looks a little. I don't know. She doesn't even really look like she knows he's there, or maybe she does. She's just running, trying to get away. I noticed the ravens and like the. Trying to get away from something, maybe get out of a relationship or break free from something that's been like holding you back or keeping you from growing. It could be, if it is a partnership within the 8th house, something maybe that you don't even want to look at, something that's kind of that's what's keeping you back in relationships or something like that. I just thought of like with the birds and Alfred Hitchcock, who was like obsessed with what's her name, Tippy, wasn't he? Like And since she didn't return the feelings, he like made her life like a living hell or something. That's just what I thought of. And kind of like kept her from being in movies and stuff like that. I don't know if that's important to you, but again, with like just being driven out of something as well. She looks like she's like running though, so I don't know. Just on the bottom is the 3 of air, so this could be speaking to like a grand air trine, or that's what I think of most of the time when I see the 3 of air. But also because this is like usually heartbreak or something, so feeling shut out or I just put my cat inside. Maybe he'll shut up. Just sort of, she looks pretty chill. Like, she doesn't look like she's too worried about it. Like, she looks like she's enjoying the breeze and, like, fall leaves and, maybe she's the same person. 2 air signs, and that's an 11, so, again, another gateway, or Pisces, and I don't know why I just said Pisces, Jupiter and Gemini, or an air sign, but yeah. But I mean, I like her dress. Sort of, like, it's kind of cool. I don't know, 3 air, so just 3 thoughts, 3 people, maybe like some sort of heartbreak having to do with like a third party situation, or Gemini, or this is Libra, Saturn. What are the cards before? Scorpio and Mars and Leo. So she looks like Flashdance, like kind of big hoop earrings. Yeah, so 11-11. No. What is this? Oh, 4. Yeah, 11-11. It's like, I don't know. I used to think those things weren't very like yeah, so how are these affecting people? Feeling driven out, being resuscitated. I feel like it's like 2 separate stories in a way. I'm not sure where that other card went to, but yeah, some sort of maybe runaway bride. Since this is like the romantic side of the reading, or for clarity, this came out like that. So Empress, she just looks like she is like he is at her mercy, basically. Yeah, like it's that is the song "Take Me to Church." But she's, she's Venus. So, and Venus is, everything having to do with love and beauty, and, I mean, it could be Venus and Scorpio, since Scorpio came up earlier. he's like begging for her. She's just, someone who would be very, like, it could be you, it could be someone that you know, but, or just that Venus-Venusian energy, I think Venus is either almost out of retrograde or not. I mean, I don't know if you follow those kinds of things, but it could just be someone coming back and asking for forgiveness for something that they've done, and, wanting to get back together with someone, or just realizing someone's like beauty and grace and elegance, I think of as well. She represents all those things, Venus being like ruling Libra and Taurus as well. So, oh hi, you're back. Must have gotten out. Anyways, my little buddy over there. Anyways, yeah, so 3, it's love, though. It's creation. It's creation of anything that you love, but probably something having to do with relationship, or it could just be someone that, like, you think is, like, let me finish my thought, like, creating a new relationship, creating something together, maybe having a baby or getting someone pregnant, or being pregnant yourself, like, if that's what you're trying to do, like, if you're hoping you get pregnant, like, this is a good omen. Someone who is very fertile, if that's what you want or not, but it could just be very much like, you don't, take care, take precaution. Maybe also, like, if you're asking someone for a favor or something like that, she's just kind of like, I have a scene in my head, but, like, I don't know what, it would take way too long to explain. So, like, this is also, again, about creation. Could be a little bit about finances as well, since Venus rules finance, but over finances and just being careful, maybe being careful in a relationship, but this is someone who's just, like, you find very sexy as well, or you are coming off as very sexy to someone else. Like, you're just, I think of fashion, and gosh, these winds are insane. Kind of think of her, insane. That's probably what my hair looks like right now. I'm trying to look a little decent in these videos. Yeah, he's, like, thrown down as, like, he's like, please take me back. So maybe just either making up or not doing something to have to make up for, like, but it's kind of gone from, like, I kind of feel like she was single and sexy, and it went from this guy having, like, all these options to maybe being like, oh yeah, like, I should have gone with you from the get-go, like, please take me back, that kind of thing. So maybe that's happening in your life, or, and this was the card that came out earlier as well, so 9 of Fire, Moon in Sagittarius. So maybe that's important to you. Pull one more. And this is the 8 of Water, Saturn in Pisces. So I don't know what she's doing. Looks like she's trying to get away from, again, arrows, like, or close call, or something like that. I don't know. But I feel like those, like, it was already there. Like, she's trying to figure out how to get across the lake, and she noticed an arrow, and she just realized that she should be careful because someone just shot an arrow. But 8 again, so 8, 8, maybe two Venus and Scorpios. or again, two people in the 8th house. They both look like they're just sort of like, oh, I can't believe that happened, or something. So getting out of something with your life, maybe. Escaping death. That's what it could mean as well. Escaping death. Death's grip. Right? Here's the Hermit. Virgo. So both, these people are just like thinking about something. Hermit is always like searching for something or maybe someone, but usually the truth, what's truth to him, and maybe coming across what you're looking for. Could also mean mother as well. The Empress, again, I think I said that. But this is someone who maybe he looks like a wolf. So maybe, someone who's a wolf in sheep's clothing as well, that came up in the work area as well. So maybe there's like a crossover at work. But Mita, like that, these are in all different languages. But yeah, I think I mentioned this in another video, just going southwest and how the lakes are so clean and pure, and you can just like see the reflection so clearly that it looks like some sort of, double dimension, water below, lake below, earth above, water and earth. I mean the 6th house because of Virgo. Even though this is 9, 6, 9, that could be like, well, it could be 69, but it could also remind me of Cancer sign. So you're just taking your time out to think about something before you go back, so that you can be as like clear-headed, as you need to be in order to like command the situation, or not command, but like the, just sort of like approach a situation with level head and, knowing what you want and what you need and what's going to make you feel good and what's the best thing for you. Taking yourself into account, taking care of yourself, especially in a relationship. But yeah, 9 is the end of a cycle, or if it's the 6th house, your day-to-day, like wondering maybe if you could see yourself with that person on a, daily basis, like maybe not wanting so much the like fairy tale, but just, wanting to know that you can like get on with just like the daily things, like get along well with like just running errands and doing things that aren't that romantic and all the daily life. It could be, yeah, maybe if like your relationship's been in a rut or something with like the death card, or needing resuscitation, finally seeing, taking some time alone, taking some time off, going somewhere, clearing your head, and then coming back, realizing your ways. I don't know. 3, 9, that's 12. It's so funny, that number has been coming up all night as well. My aunt just sent a picture of me when I was like little and with her, and I had like a teddy bear. I think it was like some sort of like football team. It has number 12 on it. So that's been coming up a lot. Maybe it's important to you, the number 12. Also reducing down to a 3, Empress, so maybe all coming back to the 3rd house maybe as well, kind of a crossover again between 3rd house, 6th house, 9th house, and maybe the 4th and the 7th house, 3, 6, 9, 4, and 7, maybe feeling like maybe you're in the doghouse, maybe feeling like a wolf, feeling like a dog, maybe feeling like, and that's why, maybe there's just, maybe you've passed or something, and you need to take some time before you came back and told her about it. I don't know. Whoa. And it's just going to like maybe show you the end of the card, and so this is Libra. No, line. Yeah, it's Libra. But it's a strength card, 11. So another 11. 11, 11, 11. That's 33, master number. No, it is what she. Okay, when I first saw this, I thought I saw it, and then thought it was a tree, like she was a tree hugger. And then sometimes at least I make myself laugh. She's a tree, not, she's has some grit, some strength. I thought of a tree because I have a tree out right here that's like, it has these weird sort of, like ivy, I'm not like any tree I've seen before, like ivy tree veins on it, but that's not what this is. So she's just, helping something up. Wow, this is like very graphic. I think I'll just go, but again, like 11 and 8 are switched in some decks, so 2 8s and triple 11s came through. So when something happens, more than once, at least twice or 3 times, I always feel like you should pay attention. The universe is trying to tell you something. And these are all, besides the 7, these are all major arcana, 4 major arcana cards. Strength, the Empress, and the Hermit, and Death. So I just like completely flew out of my just completely flew out of my hands. So important, or maybe more important to some people that may be watching this than it is, to others, but some sort of Venus, the end of Venus retrograde. 3, coming together, in approaching things with love, being forgiving, I guess, or just being like very much in charge. Like I think of her as like ride or die, Venus, maybe just Venus and Scorpio energy, but the Empress, to me, that's the kind of person she would be, especially in a relationship, like ride or die, down for you, like supports her guy, like on an emotional level, physical, mental, like, but just strong too, beautiful, strong, graceful, all those kinds of things. So I'll just pull a hair, so much hair, an oracle card. Even though this is tarot, but it feels like an oracle card to me, so there's a quote. Hey. Sum up love. Sum up love. Sum up romantic love-related advice for the next few days. The Tower. It does not destroy me, makes me stronger. So again, something maybe having to do with electricity. Wouldn't you know it, the Empress is on the bottom. Only passions, great passions, can elevate the soul to great things. Denis Diderot. and this was Friedrich Nietzsche. What does not destroy me makes me stronger. I think a Kanye West song, and St. Catherine of Alexandria by Raphael, 1508. That number just really stands out to me. National Gallery, London, UK. So, she's just, again, like, it's kind of that personification of Venus, or like Aphrodite, or like Venus de Milo, or someone like that. Very just, I was thinking of the Leda, or just someone like, which is funny because I have clear these off, but yeah, someone who, well, that's the Tower, so someone who is just like, just lovely, I think. I mean, reverse, she could be kind of conceited, someone like that. If you're dealing with someone like that, maybe maybe that's your partner. Either way, you know, just lovely, or a little bit maybe a little bit self-centered, but, or conceited. But I mean, I think we can all be that way in our different respects. It doesn't have to be just in speaking to looks either, you know. So I have that right here, and Georgia O'Keeffe's book. Yeah, that kind of like, you know, Renaissance-y, like like a bird just landed on my shoulder, and, you know, I think of like some sort of Disney movie when like all her little pets are helping her get dressed, and the birds come in. She's like a beauty, was it Sleeping Beauty, or was it Cinderella? Yeah, Cinderella more so, but just all of her little animal friends, and so all our little animal friends, and this little teddy bear, just, you know, full of love, full of grace, full of inspiration, creativity. Just think of like creative solutions, and just thinking outside the box within your partnership to maybe overcome this tower that may be referring to some sort of, so we did talk about pregnancy, it could mean like a miscarriage or something else, but, and if so, I'm sorry, but this could be just a breakup, you know, it could be two people breaking up. Maybe you feel like you've left this, and you're like, what was I thinking? With that card from before, where he's begging basically for her at her feet. Down at your feet. Is that a song? Now I'm down at like your feet or something. I'll have to try to find some. This is St. Catherine of Alexandria. So maybe Alexandria or London, London, UK, National Gallery. This is by an unknown French artist. The Dreadful Parachute Drop. Viola Spencer from the Petit Journal. Yeah, 1910. Maybe something just being like cleared away so that you can see clearly someone's like beauty, you know, like maybe brushing your hair, getting your hair out of your face, or you know, just clearing away what's unnecessary so that you can start fresh. You can see the clear way through something, whether it be with an argument or a relationship or something like that. Maybe there's just being some sort of explosion of, you know, at home or something, and just, or maybe thinking back to that, thinking back to like some sort of tower situation. Let me pull like one more, because the tower is not usually like the most welcome card. It kind of talks about like something sudden, shock coming in, something that shakes up your world a little bit, something unexpected. It can be mundane, like a computer electrical outage, or just not, backing up your work or something like that. Within a relationship setting, though, it's not like the best thing. But like I said, also keep in mind that like timing, like the timing is different for everyone, and this could be talking about the past as well. It could be talking about something that you're going through now. It doesn't necessarily mean that like you are going to like be thrown out of your relationship or something like that. It could just mean that happened in the past, and you're looking ahead with clarity, with hope, with grace, with love. Let's see. Looking to brighter pastures, brighter skies, greener pastures. Here we go. The Chariot. Again, another 7 that came up earlier, so some kind of travel, some form of transportation, or moving ahead, looking to clear skies and greener pastures, and just seeing into where you want to go, where you see your life going, where you see your relationship going, and how someone could be with you in the future, maybe, and if you see them with you in the future. This is about give and take, though, I think of also, because when you're, hot air ballooning, and you have to like let out the hot air, and so that you can raise and lower your height in the sky, and how it's really, really tricky to land, and so just keeping some sort of balance between also air and communication, but also emotions. The Chariot being somewhat being ruled by, not ruled, but associated with Cancer again, and the moon. So lifting off, feeling maybe going somewhere like a hot air, a date, or something like that, like some really romantic gesture or something like that. Chariot, though, like, I mean, just going on a trip with your sweetheart, like getting out of town, like, let's blow this joint, like, let's, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Hi. So, I mean, I feel like that's a good omen considering the tower. It's like it cleared the way, cleared the sky, so now you can take off. You can start over, you can start fresh, you can, sky's the limit, really. And you wouldn't believe it, the Hermit's on the bottom here. Okay. I feel like it gets cold. Okay. You just want to make an appearance in the video. Okay. He's so sweet. The Hermit's on the bottom, so nowhere can man find a quieter, more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Marcus Aurelius. Solitude. Watching the horizon at sunset in hope of seeing a vessel. Tristan da Cunha in the South Atlantic by Augustus Earle, 1824, National Library of Australia. I'm not like really in the frame right now. Yeah, so again, with the Hermit card from before, just like taking a time out, taking a breather, taking a look inside, really asking yourself what it is that you want, what is it that gives you some sense of like truth, or like, that you can always, like, within relationships, whether you're in one or not, like what you're really looking for in someone, what is, just asking yourself those questions maybe over the next couple days, and just maybe looking into something further, or looking into a relationship further, or looking into someone further, like really giving something another chance or starting something, you know, like maybe just like going on it. It's getting really windy, so I'm gonna end here. But just like, yeah, looking further into something. Maybe not going off first impressions, but you know, if it was an okay or so date, maybe giving someone like another chance, thinking about it, or just seeing where things could go, seeing where things could lead, kind of like the moon from before, and just like taking things one step at a time, you know, feeling your way through, trusting that, you know, the next step will be guided, be lit up for you, following where the lights lead, you know. If you see little signs or clues or something like that in your life tomorrow, like, or in the next couple days, like you, you see signs or clues in your life. If you, you know, just come across things that make you laugh or smile, or, you know, like just are little, you know, they speak to you, they speak to your soul, they speak to you on a deeper level, you know, they clarify something in some way, even if it's small, you know, paying attention to those things, and maybe those things being the answer for you, or just like keeping an eye out for keywords or things that you come across that you're like, it's a little bit odd, and then seeing if they pop up again. And oh, so sweet. I don't know if you can see that. Hey, so cute. Okay, so yeah, what you come across, just keeping your eyes open, I think, and just trusting maybe in someone, you know, trusting that things don't always appear like they are, you know, so just taking things slowly, one step at a time, seeing where they could lead, and with someone maybe too. So anyways, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a good end of the week, Thursday and Friday, and